Good evening and welcome to Stadium MK for tonight's Sky Bet League One fixture with Plymouth Argyle. We would like to thank our official partners, Suzuki. Right, let's look at some selected stats of both teams. Following Saturday's dramatic victory, the Dons move up to 15th in the League One table after 3 defeats, 1 draw and 1 win. With 4 defeats and a single victory in their last 5 games, Plymouth Argyle sit in 16th place. As the attacking stats show, the Dons have a higher ratio in goals scored, assists and in attacking duels won. However, in the defensive stats, it's Argyle come out on top in defensive actions, interceptions, while the Dons just edge it in aerial duels and ball recoveries. With regards to the Dons team stats, Cameron Dramone is still the clear leader with Scott Fraser now in contention and the talented Will Grigg also featured. Argyle's top goal scorer is Jeffcott, with Edwards and Camara close behind. With regards to team news, we'll start with the Dons. Charlie Brown missed Saturday's win over Accrington Stanley with an ankle knock and could also miss tonight's fixture. David Kasumo and Ben Gladwin are also doubtful due to their respective injuries. Daniel Harvey remains out after his return from injury took a step back against Wigan Athletic. With regards to Plymouth Argyle, former Don and much loved and much appreciated player Ben Reeves could make his Stadium MK return tonight after he signed for Plymouth in the summer. Sam Woods is available after serving a 3-match ban, and Gary Sawyer continues to work on a return to full fitness.
The new Suzuki Hybrid range. For you, me, her, him, everyone.
The Pilgrims have played at the home park, known locally as a Theatre of Greens, since 1901. Much speculation surrounds the origin of the name. One explanation is the club was named after the Argyle and Sunderland Highlanders, an army regiment with a strong football side of its own. Another theory is given by the local geography, suggesting that the name comes from either a nearby pub, the Argyle Tavern, where the founder members may have met, or from the local street, Argyle Terrace. The club adopted its current name when it became fully professional in 1903. No stranger to Stadium MK or MK Dons, Ryan Lowe started his playing career as a striker and began at Burscott in 1999. He played for 8 league clubs and had 3 spells at Bury. Lowe retired from playing in March 2018 during his second caretaker appointment at Bury. In May 2018, despite their relegation to League Two, Bury offered Lowe the position of a full-time manager on a 2-year contract. Remarkably, he guided the club to promotion and back to League One. He then left Bury on the 5th of June 2019 to take over at the newly relegated Plymouth Argyle. The Pilgrims' recent form has been worrying for boss Ryan Lowe, with only one 4-3 win at Lincoln City, followed by 4 losses. Tonight is a very important fixture for Plymouth Argyle and for Ryan Lowe. Edwards began his career with Aston Villa and then Bristol City, where he rose through the youth ranks to graduate from the club's academy. He made his professional debut for the club in February 2011, following a loan spell at Conference Premier side Bath City. Following a second loan spell with Yeovil in the 2012 and 13 season, he joined the club permanently in January 2013. He helped the club reach the Championship for the first time in their history. Then in June 2019, it was announced he would sign for Plymouth Argyle. In 2018, Jephcott made his Wales under-19s debut in a friendly against Ireland's under-19s at the City Calling Stadium. Wales won the game 1-0. While still an apprentice, Jephcott made his professional debut in League One on the 20th of October 2018. Then in August 2019, Jephcott joined Truro City on loan. He was recalled by his parent club Plymouth Argyle, and Jephcott finished the season with 7 goals in 14 games as Plymouth won promotion to League One. His early career, Kamara joined the under-23 setup at Barnsley before signing for Dulwich Hamlet in 2017. Kamara then signed a 2-year professional contract with Crawley Town in 2017. He scored his first goal for Crawley on his debut in a 5-1 victory over Birmingham City. In 2017-18 he made 34 appearances in all competitions, scoring 3 goals. In May 2019, Crawley extended his contract to the end of the 2019-20 season. He was offered a new contract by Crawley, but he chose to leave the club and join Plymouth on a free transfer.
Follow in your heart, in spirit, in soul. You make every tackle, score every goal. You're part of it, wherever you are in the world. From the first minute until the last kick. Victories, heartbreaks. You're part of the fabric, the passion, devotion, supercharging emotion. For you there is only one, abiding loyalty, togetherness that is second to none. Follow every kick, every tackle, every goal. With access to live stream games and matchday commentary, with coverage spanning the globe. Behind the scene content, newsletters and match highlights. There is no better way for you to get closer to your club. And with iFollow sales supporting them, there's no better way to show your love. When you can't be there with iFollow.
The hosts started on the front foot with both David Fox and Jake Jervis firing efforts over the top in the opening minutes. The Dons took the lead on 9 minutes. Britton out wide showed good control, and his delivery was controlled and brilliantly smashed home at the back post by Nesbitt, his first ever MK Dons goal. Argyle came within inches of an equaliser midway through the half, but Nadir's 25-yard free kick came back off the crossbar. Plymouth were then reduced to 10 men on 33 minutes when Carey was shown a straight red card for a late challenge. The Dons saw out the half, but they were grateful on 43 minutes to Lee Nichols, who was out of his goal quickly to deny Plymouth with a top-class block. Britton was also on hand to help fully clear the danger with a strong challenge on Jervis. Plymouth started the second half with real determination and came close to grabbing the equaliser. The home side were enjoying their best spell of pressure as the game entered the final 15 minutes, but the Dons were making it difficult for them to create anything clear-cut. Argyle threatened when Ryan Edwards headed goalwards, but Nichols was able to watch the effort fly past his left-hand post. Some resolute defending saw the Dons manage the rest of normal time and the 6 minutes of injury time to claim their first away win.
Screwfix proudly supports football at home.
Well, Griggy, we start where it all began for you, really, with Stratford Town. What are your memories of playing football in the non-league system, and how much do you think that served you well in your career?
I've only got good memories. Obviously, I wasn't there for very long, but I think I was sort of a young boy thrown into the deep end without really thinking about it. I was obviously quite naive and sort of, that was my learning sort of stages. And I think the benefit was I wasn't really expecting to be there so soon, and then that put me in good stead for my career going forward, and it definitely helped me, straight into men's football. It made me learn very quickly.
You mentioned men's football, and it was Walsall that came in for you. I imagine as a young player in the non-league system, it's almost an easy decision to kind of make the step up to the Football League. Yeah,
it was. Obviously, I left Birmingham at sort of 16, and it was always my aim to get back into the Football League, and Walsall came up, and I always said it's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my career, really. It was a great place for me to learn my trade, and obviously had a good sort of pathway to the first team. So it was a great decision, and I owe a lot to the club.
I was looking at the Walsall team you were in, and one of the names stood out in John Macken. As a striker who, he scored so many goals throughout his career before coming to Walsall, he must have been huge for your career.
Yeah, Macken was amazing, like you said, such a great career at the highest level, and an absolutely great guy off the field as well, and he massively helped. That was another one almost thrown into the first team scene, and Macken helped me massively. Whether I was playing with him or instead of him, or obviously I was on the bench coming on, it was something that he really helped me with. He taught me a lot in sort of a short time, and it's definitely important for young players to have someone like that to look up to, and to also get a bit of guidance from.
While with Walsall, you made your Northern Ireland debut. And looking at the game, Holland 6-0, but the likes of Van Persie, Robben, De Jong, Schneider, that must have been some game.
Honestly, it was unbelievable. That sort of, it goes back to sort of my Stratford Town days in terms of I was sort of thrown into that game. I'd played a 21s game in the summer, and Michael O'Neill, the manager, actually came along with the 21s, and I got my tooth knocked out in the game, and I think he likened me to Ian Dowry, and then next thing 3 or 4 weeks later I'm playing for the first team at, I think it was the Amsterdam Arena in front of 50,000, and like you said, Robben, Van der Vaart, Schneider, all of those sort of players playing, and it was an amazing experience. Obviously a massive privilege for myself. The result wasn't obviously great, but with the players like that and the calibre of players you're playing against, it was a special moment and something that you look back on and still talk about today.
We'll fast forward to your first loan spell with MK Dons. Coming in the early stages, did you sort of know how special that team would be?
No, definitely not. I knew it was a massive opportunity and a really good group. That was one of the reasons why I came. Obviously, the manager as well was a massive point in me coming here. But I think soon on I did sort of realise, even in training, the quality of the players, and then we had a good start to the season. Obviously, Man United game springs to mind, and it didn't take me long to realise it was a special team and a good group that could definitely achieve something.
We'll touch on that Man United game. Does it ever really dawn on you that you chest past one of the best teams in the world and David De Gea? What was you thinking when that ball sort of came in from the left?
It was, going back to sort of my best goals throughout my career, they're the ones that you don't think about. I think Potsy's played it into me at the halfway line, offset Reevesy, and Reevesy went on a little marauding run, and I just found myself thinking, get in the box. So I know Reevesy will put it in a good area, and it's an unbelievable ball in the box. And at the time, it was just, I felt I was not in a position to head it. It was obviously too high for a volley, and it was, like I said, I didn't think about it, and it was just one of those instinctive finishes. And looking back, obviously it was a bit of a crazy moment, and like you said, with De Gea in goal as well, that makes it a little bit more special.
When you were with Dons, of course, you still represented Northern Ireland, and I think it was you, Reevesy, and one other that went to play against Scotland. Russell Martin was obviously in the Scottish team, got hooked at half-time. What can you remember about that game, and what was Russ like as a defender to come up against?
It wasn't the most glamorous of games. I think that was one of the first things the gaffer said to me when I met him. It was we both remember that game. It's not been a highlight of our careers, but the gaffer's had an unbelievable career, and even in that game you saw his quality. I think it finished 0-0, so not the most glamorous, but he was a great defender. Obviously, big, strong, solid, but also likes to play football as well. He had loads of qualities on the ball, and I think you can see that in our team today. The way he works with the defenders on a one-on-one basis is really, really impressive, and I think you can see that on the pitch.
End of the season then, the Yeovil game, heading into it. What was the mindset of you? What was your mindset of the players? And as the game went on and the crowd started cheering the Preston North End score, you sort of realised that the job was done and you could start celebrating on the pitch?
Yeah, it was really surreal, to be honest. We'd sort of, as a group, come to terms with being in playoffs. Without officially saying it, it's one of those things. Preston hadn't lost in about 12 games, I think, and weren't dropping points. So we just, the old cliche, concentrate on the game in hand. And I think we were cruising in the game, scored some really early goals. I've scored a header down the left-hand side, and we were comfortable in the game. And then obviously you get the whisper of the Preston results and things like that. And I think myself and Kyle maybe came off in towards the end of the game to give us a rest. I think Kyle was on a few yellows and struggling a bit, so I thought we'd look after him. And yeah, I actually remember running in, and the gaffer's office has got a TV in it, and the game was on. The gaffer obviously wasn't in there, but the TV was on, so we were sort of keeping half an eye on the Preston game. And then, yeah, you sort of get that last 10 minutes, you get the realisation of, the crowd were going crazy, and you could feel it on the pitch. And obviously we knew the news of the result and stuff. So, yeah, that last sort of 5 minutes of that game was, something that stays in the memory forever. And yeah, I think as soon as that final whistle goes and everyone runs on the pitch, it was, a really, really special moment.
Fast forward a couple of years and you were named in the Northern Ireland squad for the Euros in 2016. An incredible experience, got through the group and got an incredible homecoming when you went back to Northern Ireland. Is it a bit of a bittersweet tournament for you, given you didn't really get a minute in the tournament, or do you still look at it with fond memories?
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet. I think I finished the season on 29 goals, so to then be in the squad was a massive privilege and an honour, and something that is brilliant to be a part of. But at the same time, I'm a footballer, and loads of positive things came from it. Like you said, the group of players did fantastically well. We had some great results, got really far in the tournament. The homecoming was brilliant. I think they're some of the best fans in the world, so credit to them. But yeah, for me personally, it was really disappointing to not get a minute when you feel like you're in the form of your life, and like I said, scored 29 goals and not be able to even slightly get a chance was it was interesting, and something that it's definitely a disappointing moment in my career. Something that I might never understand, or it's one of those things. Football's a game of opinions, and you learn that very quickly. So yeah, it's one that I have good memories in terms of the experience, and it was a massive honour to be there. But it's definitely something that I'll always look back on and have a massive part of me that's disappointed. Yeah.
Finally, we'll touch on this season and MK Dons. How much are you enjoying playing here? How much are you enjoying Russell Martin's football? And it's obviously one that suits you if you just look at the goal we scored against Gillingham.
Yeah, no, absolutely loving it. The first week that I came and I was back and sort of said, I'm loving every minute of it. Great to be back. That hasn't changed. So yeah, it's great to be a part of the Gaffer's. We speak about his style a lot, and it's absolutely brilliant. We obviously went through a little bit of a tough period results-wise, but I think the performances have been there in parts. There's obviously been a couple of blips that are going to happen with such a young group that are playing a different way and learning a different way of playing. So it's going to be a process, like we said, but for me personally, I'm absolutely loving it. And like you said, the goal against Gillingham is something that is special for so many reasons. The build-up, I think it was 56 or 56 passes to score a goal, and you see you don't really see it at the highest level. I think Man City have scored one similar, and Barcelona and stuff like that. So I'm not comparing us to those teams, but when you score a goal of 56 passes and then the way you finish it, it's great to be a part of, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more of those to come.
Brioche Pasty, baking life special moments.
Scoring so late in the game, I'm sure you all enjoyed that one as much as I did. However, we should have been out of sight by then. The performance was really good. Shouldn't have conceded 2 goals. The defence certainly didn't deserve to concede 2 goals. So we know we have to cut mistakes out like that. It's something we need to work on. and continue to improve. But for large parts of the game, it was a really, really excellent performance, really dominant, created a lot of chances, looked really threatening, and as I said, we should have probably scored a lot more goals than we did. So on the whole, a really positive day, a really good 3 points to get us back on track after a tricky run, and hopefully we can build on that tonight against a Plymouth team that we had a really difficult game against down at their place. A good team. They try to play in the right way, a lot of respect for how they try and play, so it should be a good game of football, and hopefully we can come out on top and build on a good performance and a really, really important 3 points on Saturday. Other thing I'd like to mention is I want to wish the youth team good luck on Wednesday night. Hopefully we can get 3 points and then they can go and get through the next round of the FA Youth Cup in a really tricky tie against Leeds away, so it'll be a fantastic occasion for them, a really good experience. They've had a really positive run, obviously, the previous games, some really good results, scored a lot of goals, so I really hope they can build on that. We've got a lot of promising young players who are in good hands, so hopefully they can come away and do the club and themselves credit. So really good luck to them. I'm sure a few of you will be keeping an eye out for the score, and hopefully it'll be a really good 2 days for the club. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and can't wait to get you back at Stadium MK.